Okay, number 21 and 22. Both start out with f of x is equal to x. So basically, for 21, you just go f of x plus 5. And what does that do? It gives you this green line here. And for 22, you go negative 2 f of x. Okay, and it gives you that. So just make sure you're putting in the right things, and you can look at those and pick which one ever is appropriate. Pick the answer choice that is appropriate to those. For 23, they give you two people are putting in two different functions, 5x plus 2, and the other one puts in y is equal to 5x minus 2. Okay. Oops. F of x is equal to, there we go. So f of x equal to 5x plus 2, and y is equal to 5x minus 2. Remember that f of x and y are interchangeable. So basically it's saying, hey, which one describes the line that Sarah graphed? In other words, the y is equal to f of x minus 2, which is this one right here. So you describe it in terms of the original line that Troy graphed. And that's how you do number 23. For number 24, oddly enough, it has the same expression as number 23. Y equals 5x plus 2, or f of x equals 5x plus 2. Which of the following represents the line translated 3 units down? Okay, well, you know the slope isn't going to change. All I'm doing is changing the y-intercept. Okay, so I can rule out A and B on that one. So I just subtract 3 units from that y-intercept, and that'll give me my answer. That's it for number 24. For number 25, since they all have the same slope, what I did was I put all 4 answer choices in here and looked at them. Okay, it says it has a slope of 9 over 2, which is 9 over 2. They're all positive. Okay, they're all parallel to each other. But which one of these lines goes through the point negative 4, positive 2? So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 1, 2. Okay, now that would be this one. And that's one of the ways you can do this. You can calculate and plug numbers in to see which one makes it work. Okay, you can plug in the negative 4 for x, the positive 2 for y, and see which one adds up to this number at the end here. There's several ways you can do it, but that's just one of the ways, a couple of the ways. For number 26, if you don't know the shortcut on how to calculate slope and y-intercept, I've shown it before. Basically, if you have an equation, so 2x plus 3y is equal to 12, okay, to calculate the slope, it's 2 divided by 3, change the sign, so the slope, negative 2/3. Y-intercept is 12 divided by 3, don't change the sign, so the y-intercept is 4. Okay, but and so you can kind of write the answer, or the answer choices C and D, in slope-intercept form by using that shortcut. And that might help you answer these. Or one of the other ways is just plug in the equations and see which one works. You know the slope is negative. Okay. So it could be A or B. And because when you divide C, when you divide 2 by 3 and change the sign, that's also negative. When you divide D, 2 divided by negative 3 and change the sign, it's positive 2/3. It's not that one. Okay. So it's got to be A, B, or C. Okay, so One of the things you can look at the equation itself or the line itself, you see the y-intercept is 4, the x-intercept is 6. So 4, 6 is 2/3 and it's negative. So it's negative 2/3. So it's got to be B or C. Put those in the calculator and see which one matches the graph that's given. And that's probably that's the way I would do it. Number 27, I'm not particularly crazy about because it's asking which tables will fit into this equation, which can be a very time-consuming problem. But if you look at what they give you in standard form, they give you 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. Okay, oddly enough, this same equation was from the previous problem also. If you want to put in slope-intercept form, y is equal to, you want the slope, 2 divided by 3, change the sign, negative 2/3 x. And y-intercept, 12 divided by 3, don't change the sign. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So this is the equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. Okay, now we have that. Let's see if that helps us in any way. What we want to do, hard thing, is see which one of these tables matches that. So put in a table. So put in the first one, negative 2 tab 16 divided by 3, 0 tab 4 tab 1 tab 14 divided by 3, tab double tab 6 tab 0 tab. Okay, look at those lines. First of all, are they in a straight line? No, so that's not even an answer choice. Okay, so it's not that one. So basically go through each of those tables and see which one has a y-intercept of 4, which is right here, and a slope of negative 2/3. Okay, chances are there's only going to be one of those tables that is actually a straight line and the y-intercept is 4. And it's the one that you pick. Okay, if we look at number 28, basically is something like this, okay? And it looks like this is the y-intercept is 0, 5. And the end point here is, looks like about 10, 20. It's basically saying, if x represents the distance the cab travels in miles and y represents total cost, which equation models the total cost for renting a cab from the Blue Cab Company? Okay, well, we know the y-intercept is 5. So if we put in a slope-intercept, y equals mx plus 5, we need to calculate the slope. If we calculate the slope, the rise, just from here to here, it went up 15. It went from 5 to 20. That's 15. And the run went from 0 to 10. So 15 over 10, so we say 1.5 or 3 halves x, and then plus 5. Pardon the bell there. Okay, so that is your equation. Now, if you remember the shortcut, ax plus by is c, if I want to get it in this form, then if I want to go from this form to slope-intercept form, then it's a divided by c, or a divided by b, change the sign, and x plus c divided by b, don't change the sign. Okay, so in order to go back to this form, I have to take what I'm given. I'm looking at here, okay, negative, or 3 over 2 is negative a over b. So I have to say 3x, and normally I'd say plus 2y, but since I had to change the sign here, so minus 2y. Okay, and then this 5 has got to be C over B. You know B is -2. That means C, in order for this to be 5, C needs to be 10, but it needs to be -10 because -10 divided by -2 is +5. Okay, so that's kind of a tricky one, and I did the whole problem for you, but I just wanted you to see how you could do that. There are several other ways you could have done that. You could have plugged in the number to any of the equations. Like you know the point 0.05 exists, and you know the point 1020 exists. Plug it into the equation, into each one of those equations. Let me just clear it out here. So you know 0.5 was a point and 1020. Okay, let's just plug it into answer choice C, for example. C. Okay. Any point, just pick one. So 3 times 0 for x minus 2 times y, which is 5, is equal to -5. 3 times 0 is 0. -2 times 5 is -10. Is -10 equal to -5? No. So that doesn't work. And you can plug it into D, into B, into A, and the one that works by plugging in either of these points. I always pick the one with the lower numbers because it's less likely to make a mistake. You can plug those numbers in and see if it works. So you didn't have to do the stuff that I did, but you could. Or you can plug in numbers and see which one works. That's it for number 28. For number 29, you can do the same thing. It has a table, and you can just start plugging in numbers if you want. So 2, 7. So look at answer choice A. X plus 2x equals 20. Be careful. 5x plus 2x is 7x. Is equal to 24. Okay. So watch out for that one. Also, look at answer choice D. It has 5y plus 2x. It doesn't have x plus y. So just be careful. Chances are it's neither A or D. So plug in any of those table numbers to B or C and see which one makes it work. And that's how you do 29.